Mic check. All right, we're good. Okay. All right, what's going on, guys? Wednesday, happy early signing day. Happy signing day. It is officially the early signing day. The signing period has begun. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. We'll let people file in here on a Wednesday. Hope you are all doing well. Yep, we're getting it going here on signing day. It's weird. It does not feel like noon because it is such a dark and ominous day today. It does not feel like noon at all, but it is. So, again, it is. Very excited to be chatting with you guys here on a Wednesday. Yes, had to pull out the hat today. Figured why not. We've also got the merch all aboard the Shane train. You guys should be getting these. Yeah, so rocking the merch. Like I said, it's a good feeling to rock your own merch, I got to admit. So, yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in. Got a lot going on. Very excited. I'm going to let people file in before I make a new announcement. Very, very exciting announcement. As you can see, we have a different background today. The books are still there. We got our guy back here, the Nutcracker. He's still here. But see a little switch up. We got a very exciting announcement. Like I said, I'll let people file in first before we get going. Joe, yeah, so I thought you guys would think that was funny. Somebody asking the question, what's the dog's name? If you don't understand the reference in today's show. So I was recording the podcast with my dog in the room, and he was like, Bob, want me to pet him, whatever, was scratching himself while I was doing it. So I kind of paused for like 15 seconds or so. And so the dog's name is Tucker, though. Dog's name is Tucker. But yeah, that was kind of funny. I was like, should I edit this out? And I was like, nah, we'll just let it roll, let it ride. Why not? Again, guys, hope you're all doing well. Again, early signing day 2020. I know this one is a little bit different. I'm sure you guys have seen my comments on social media and all that stuff. And, I equated it to, and if you're under the age of, I don't know, 10, close your ears. But it's kind of like finding out when Santa Claus isn't real. And that first Christmas after you find out. That's kind of what today feels like. And I mean, it's not to take anything away from the guys at South Carolina signing today. I mean, you only have 9 commitments. You've had 5 guys signing the letter of intent. Colton Gauthier, Omega Blake, Sam Reynolds, Marcellus Dial, and Jordan Davis. Guys still waiting to be signed. TJ Sanders, Caleb McDowell, Nicholas Barrett, and John Darius Morgan. You've had somebody flip today, and a wide receiver who he flipped to Georgia Southern. I don't know that, it wasn't more so of Shane Beamer kind of saying, hey, we're going to go a different direction. Maybe be best if you look different places. But, yeah. So anyways, it is signing day, though, which is always exciting. It's always an exciting thing. It is hump day, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in. Okay, so we got a pretty good crowd in here. One thing I'm really, really excited about, guys, and I want to share with you all. I know I showed you guys this picture a few weeks ago. I showed you guys this picture a few weeks ago. I know a lot of you were very interested, very excited over it because it's an awesome photo. I mean, it's an awesome piece. Very, very excited to announce we have officially partnered up with the artist who made this. Partnered up, basically, we're going to be promoting. I want to help him sell as many units as possible because this artwork is absolutely awesome, and I know Gamecock fans will love this. So, let me pull this up here on my end. Apex Art and Design, guys. Again, I have not, this literally happened this morning, so I haven't put together like a one-sheeter. That's what I normally use like on the podcast to do ad reads and stuff like this. But it's Apex Art and Design. My good friend Jeremy Smith is the artist, does a fantastic job, obviously, as you can see behind me. If you are interested in art pieces like this, go to apexartanddesign.com. apexartanddesign.com. That is, I'll put the link right here too. That is the artwork. Okay. He's got 2 pieces available right now. The DJ Swearinger piece you see behind me. And also he has a fantastic Kevin Harris piece. Now, the great thing about these is you have options. When you have options, right? Okay. So they range all the way from $5 for a digital PDF version you can print yourself, all the way up to a 16x20, which is $45. And there's a 4x6, 5x7, 8x10, and 11x14, all in between. This is the 8x10, and it only cost $20. So, guys, Fantastic work. Literally run it up. He's going to be putting out more designs, by the way. He's literally drawing them, and they're going to be putting out more designs. Right now, he has the Swearinger piece and the Kevin Harris piece. Also, be sure to follow them on social media, Apex Art and Design, the Instagram handle. I will give you guys. And again, I'm going to be promoting this on social media. Apex.art and design. Follow the artist, support the artist. Again, if you guys are interested in these, we're now partnered up. They are for sale on the website I put out there, apexartanddesign.com. This dude, again, does a fantastic job. This has been a fantastic addition, a fantastic piece to the studio, but really excited about this because, again, this dude does a fantastic job. He's a great Gamecock, huge Gamecock fan. So I'm excited for this. And it's obviously a great thing for the business and all, but on a more positive note, a better note, I would say, I'm excited to help out the artist. I mean, this dude does great work. Love his work. So again, check him out, apexartanddesign.com. With that being said, like I said, taking your questions, calls, comments, phone lines are open, 843-790-3377. Went ahead and put the number there for you guys. So if you want to call in, leave your questions as well. Like I said, it is early signing day. A lot to get into here. Talking about the kid that flipped. Yeah, whatever happened. Listen, I'm not putting a ton of stock in today. And I guess I can say that, I think the other sites, the other guys, whatever, the other sites are going to sell you on, this or that or whatever on signing day today. And it's very important. And I went down the list of these guys on the podcast day that dropped this morning. I went down the list of these guys, and I think there's some guys that could help you. I really do think there's some guys that could help you out of the limited number of guys you have. But when you have a coaching change and you don't even have a staff and you don't have coordinators, I mean, you can't put a lot of stock into today. You know what I mean? The good news is you've got till February. So South Carolina is going to hire coordinators. They are going to hire a staff. So you have time. And I think South Carolina, what you're going to see them do is really hit hard the JUCO market and the transfer portal market. You want to get guys in. I equate it a lot to baseball. If you guys, I don't know if you remember when Mark Kingston took over. When college baseball coaches take over, they hit the JUCO market hard, a lot of them, because the way that recruiting works in baseball, it's one big reason it starts so early. When you get a new job, it's hard to flip kids that have been committed for 3 years. But also getting guys in who can play immediately. That's what the JUCO ranks helps you do. And I think that's the same way in football. You've already seen the Marcellus Dow kid, the defensive back. Getting guys in, because, South Carolina, we all know the reality of the roster, the guys you're losing, where you need help. I mean, really all over, but wide receiver, linebacker, DB, offensive line, those are the ones that jump out to me. You want to get guys that can come in and give you competitive depth immediately. So that's why I think you'll see South Carolina really hammer JUCO, and obviously the transfer portal. I mean, I think you're going to be looking for 2 to 3 capable wide receivers in the transfer portal, but it's still exciting. It's still exciting. I do love, and I don't hide it. The funny thing is I do what I do, and it's kind of like blasphemy to say it, I guess, out loud, but you guys know my lane is not, I don't pretend to be an insider. I don't pretend to, even as a fan before the Spurs Up Show stuff, like I like recruiting. I do. I mean, it's the lifeblood of college football. I like it, but I'm not the guy that's going to be salivating in June over a class of 2023 prospect visiting campus and saying he had a good time. Like, I just don't care, right? Like, because I've been there. I've been a recruit. Not obviously not on the SEC level, different sport, all that stuff, but I've been a recruit. I've been recruited before, and I know what goes into decision-making, and I know how kids can change their minds and they can flip, and I don't put a lot of stock into it until the guys put pen to paper. So it's kind of like Gunnar Stockton. I'm very excited Gunnar Stockton's committed. Extremely, extremely excited. But I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. We got a long time before he signs. We got a long time before he puts pen to paper. But I am excited about it. I don't want to get it twisted, but I'm very excited about it. So, anyways, I'm excited for signing day. I just, obviously talked about this on the show this morning, but don't overreact, Gamecock fans. The rankings are going to look really, really ugly. It is what it is. And Phil, I see you, man. He says, such a shame we have to be looking over our shoulder to worry about these little schools. Program is falling like crazy. It's depressing. Again, going through a coaching change. It is what it is, man. I wouldn't let it get you down. I wouldn't put a lot of stock into it. So Phil says the problem with transfers and JUCO is that some, not all, are just soldiers of fortune, not diehard Gamecocks. And I mean, listen, even with Shane Beamer, he says he's going to recruit guys that want to be Gamecocks. And definitely, I agree with him. And I know he's going to do that. Everybody's going to – a lot of guys are going to come to South Carolina for different reasons. I mean, you know, just kind of is what it is. So you need guys to come in and give you competitive depth who can play immediately. You got to fill the roster, man, with somebody. So, finding guys that are maybe diamonds in the rough, but they're going to hit JUCO and transfer portal hard, man. I think at least this first year, you kind of have to. So, maybe you can flip some guys, whatever. But I just think realistically, that's going to be the route. So, yeah, definitely sell early playing time, no question. It is what it is, man. Like I said, and I would say this too, because a lot of y'all and a lot of people, I'm not saying y'all like calling anybody out in this live stream or this chat, but a lot of people were saying after like week 5 or 6, oh, season's a wash. Who cares? Season's a wash. I mean, why not? Why are you not also saying this recruiting class is a wash? I mean, it is what it is. Like you got a new coach. I mean, it's a short-term loss for a long-term gain. That's what it is. Okay. That's what it is. It's not like we're on NCAA probation. You're going to be able to still sign the 25 guys. Like you're going to be able to go out and find 25 guys, but you don't have an OC and a DC. You don't have a staff. How are you going to do it? I mean, you got to get a staff put in place first. So I trust Coach Beamer. I trust what they're doing. Again, yes, the rankings are ugly. And hey, guess what? The class was probably going to be not nearly as ugly as it is right now, but the class wasn't exactly going to be like a top 10 class, even if Muschamp stayed and even like went 500. It just, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like Scott just said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. I think South Carolina will be fine. I trust Shane Beamer and those guys. They'll get the job done. It's just the realities of when you're going through a coaching change, man. It is what it is. So, I think the guys will be okay. I think they'll be okay. I think Shane Beamer will be able to go out. And a lot of that, like I said, what he said, as far as recruiting guys who want to be Gamecocks, right? I think a lot of that starts on the recruiting trail in the sense of Shane Beamer selling South Carolina to them, not just selling, hey, this is a spot where you can get to the league. I think that may be something that happened a little bit with the last tenure, with the last regime, selling the University of South Carolina to these kids specifically. So a lot of people saying they like the hat. I'm kind of surprised at that. Most people, it's very mixed reviews on this hat. So I appreciate that. Yeah, this is like a vintage. We even got like the green bill, if you can see it. So I appreciate y'all showing love to the hat. My buddy actually gave me this. He was like, yeah, man, I can't pull it off. I'll give it to you. So I'll be honest, I don't know where you could get this hat. I mean, like I said, it's vintage, just straight up vintage. So yeah, I appreciate it, guys. You guys seem to like the hat a little bit. So yeah, take a look. They got this here on the side too. That's fire. I mean, this is collegiate licensed 47. It's a 47 cap. So and maybe they have it. I don't know. I doubt it, but maybe. Eric Fryer, being upset now about signing day is like being upset about a surgery after the first scalpel cut is made. Let the process work itself out. Let's evaluate 3 years from now and see where we stand. Agree. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Like I said, you have till February. I mean, the early signing period has thrown things for a loop, but you have until February. So again, somebody just asked, Ryan, where'd you get the pick in the background? So again, very exciting. This picture you see, awesome, right? DJ Swearinger, fantastic piece. My good friend Jeremy Smith, we have just partnered up. He's a great Gamecock, does a great job. He's a great artist, as you can obviously tell. We have just partnered up, though. ApexArtAndDesign.com is where you can find his work. ApexArtAndDesign.com. If you go to the website, click on Shop, you'll see he has 2 pieces available right now. The DJ Swearinger piece you see behind me, and also he has a fantastic Kevin Harris piece, which I think I'm going to have to buy. So Jerry says that Lids has this hat. Well, yeah, go to Lids then. ApexArtAndDesign.com. Also, they're on Instagram, apex.artanddesign, I believe. Let me double check. But yeah, so we've actually partnered up, going to be promoting Jeremy's stuff. Again, he's working on new things right now. So he's going to have more drawings and more pieces and stuff like that. But they are for sale. And I will tell you guys, the pricing is beyond reasonable for how nice this is. I mean, beyond reasonable. I mean, it's an incredible. This has been a great addition to the studio. I mean, I've loved it. It's been awesome. And Jeremy and I have been kind of in the works on this as far as promoting his work for a couple of weeks now. And glad we were able to finally knock it out. But yeah, I'm going to be promoting this. I'm going to be promoting the link and stuff like that. So if you miss it today, apex.artanddesign. That is the Instagram. So yeah, fantastic piece. I mean, this dude does a great job. And again, you see the Kevin Harris and DJ Swearinger pieces online. He's going to be doing more. He's literally working on new pieces as we speak, really. So he's going to be doing more. There's going to be more selection. I'll promote those as they come out and let you guys know. But yeah, if you're in, by the way, this is what size is this again? This is the 8 by 10. He sells all the way up to 16 by 20. This is the 8 by 10. So it goes all the way up to 16 by 20. So, this is a good size piece. I mean, it's a, fairly normal. I bet the 16 by 20 would look freaking incredible though. Yeah, I might have to get one of those at some point, but, no, yeah, he's got right now, like I said, the Kevin Harris and the DJ Swearinger. He's drawing more, like literally as we speak, like I said. So I'll let you guys know as those drop, as those come out. But again, if you're interested in this piece you see behind me or any of his other artwork, apexartanddesign.com. Jeremy Smith, his profile is on that website. He is the artist. This dude does an incredible job. He actually sells other pieces as well. That's not, revolved around Gamecock sports, but this dude does a great job. Heck, he might even take custom orders. I don't know. So if you got an idea and you want to hit him up, do it. So yeah, if you have a cut, like I'm sure he would take suggestions. But anyways, Andrew Bowers, I think something happened behind closed doors that made Sanders leave. I hope I'm wrong by saying that, but he was getting better. Now he leaves. Something isn't clean. Now, I really don't agree with that, Andrew. I think it more so just his coach got fired. There's a lot of uncertainty at South Carolina. His dad just got a head coaching job. His brother's going there. Like, I think it makes total sense, honestly, that he transferred. I mean, it is what it is. It sucks to lose that depth, obviously, but I 100% think it makes sense. No question. So, yeah. Sorry, guys, just shooting off this text. Owen Turner, yeah, I think Sanders just want to play under his pops. Absolutely, 110%. Maybe I might have missed some questions. Let me go back. Philip Young says, let's look at a different perspective. These guys who sign knowing a new head ball coach, new staff is coming, but still want to be a Gamecock. That means a lot as a fan, but speaks volumes for the guys who sign. I say go Cox. Yeah, and I agree with you. I agree with you 110%. So my Eric Fryer just bought the DJ piece. Very good, sir. Very good. Sean O'Brien, no, I do not have any Cookie Monster hats. I love hats, but they're all sports hats. So, yeah. Let's see. Okay. All right, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls as well. If you guys want to call in, 843-790-3377. 843-790-3377. Taylor says, do we get Byron Young? I'm going to say no, but I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. I don't know. With a new staff, I mean, you just have no clue at this point. Let's see. Justin Bell, what's going on, man? Tyler Knoll, speaking on transfers, Jamie hasn't announced anything. I think he's staying. Those insiders on Twitter sure know what they're talking about, LOL. Yeah, I mean, that's why I haven't announced anything, because it's one of those things where, we'll see what happens, man. Heck, I don't know. I'm not in that kid's head. I don't know if he's leaving. If he's, I don't know. I don't know. The kids will announce it when they want to announce it. It is what it is. I mean, we're going to know. We're going to know very, very soon. I mean, because South Carolina is most likely playing in a bowl game, and so if he's not there, we're going to know pretty quick that he's made that decision. So, or he hasn't. Whatever. So, Brian Welch, that Sam Reynolds kid, looks like he can absolutely fly. Yeah, he's a speedster. He's a speedster for sure. Let's see. Thomas Walker, if a player would rather play for Champ than Beamer, that tells me all I need to know. Let them go. Each kid has their own decision to make. It is what it is. I will say the one thing, today is a great reminder. Just don't tweet at recruits. It's just pointless. Who gives a damn? Like, if the kid wants to decommit and go somewhere else, best of luck, best wishes. I mean, all we got is all we need. So like I said before, all we got is all we need. All we need is 22. That's it. We'll take 25 guys who want to be Gamecocks and spill their blood to the University of South Carolina versus 25 spoiled, entitled guys that want to use South Carolina as a launching pad to the NFL. So we'll find 20. We'll find 25 guys who want to play. We'll find 25 guys who want to sign. All we got's all we need. Best of luck to wherever you go. But, if you want to be a Gamecock, if you want to wear that block C like Beamer said, and you want to represent University of South Carolina, you're more than welcome. If you don't, best wishes to you. It is what it is. So Justin Bell says, since your Garcia interview, you have to be Garcia for next Halloween, right? So it's so funny you bring that up because I've literally talked about that off the record with some of my buddies. Yeah, I think that's got to happen. I think that's got to happen for sure. I'll probably like grow out the hair and maybe do probably not shave for let it grow out longer for like 3 more weeks, get like real scruffy, and then do the Garcia, get the flow going. Oh yeah, get a 5 jersey. That has to be the move for me next year. Absolutely, yeah. That's got to be the move. That has to be the move. I know Garcia would probably get a real kick out of that too. Let's see. Halloween is on I'm already looking ahead to Halloween next year. Halloween's on a Sunday, so that'd be a fun weekend. So Justin says that's a shirt. All we got is all we need. That is a cool. That would be a cool shirt, wouldn't it? Yeah, I might do that. I might just throw it up if you guys are interested. I mean, I'll throw it on there. But that's my view, man. That's how I look at it. It's just like all we got's all we need. Bottom line. I mean, if you want to be a part of it, cool. If you don't, cool. It's like Perry Orth told me when he came on the show. You can do a lot more with a lot less when you have a bunch of guys who are all bought in and believe in the culture and believe in what you're doing. You know what I mean? So, and I agree with him 110%. I do. When you have guys that are playing for each other instead of being individuals, you can get a lot more done. So let's get guys that do that. That's all. And I know Beamer will. I'm not concerned right now. I know Beamer is going to get those guys. So I know he is. Let's see. Taylor says Isaiah Norris is not signing today, signing on Christmas. Gotcha. Okay. With a sombrero. Yeah, we got the Garcia. Probably just rock the Viva Garcia shirt with a sombrero. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Justin says all we got is all we need on the front, and Beamer we trust on the back. Love that. That might be actually a fire shirt. So might be a fire shirt. Well, here's the problem. Can't put a Gamecock logo on the tee. And if you guys ever wonder why we're so creative with merch, that is why. Because I can't use USC's logo, any type of USC look. I can't use any of it. So, yeah. But I am rocking I love these shirts, how they turned out. The All Aboard the Shane Train shirts. These are awesome. In case you guys missed it yesterday, we are going to be having merch sold at wholesale at Rivals in Florence, South Carolina. If you've ever been there, if you're familiar with it, I've actually never been. I'm planning on going, of course, when the merch gets in there. That should be in there within the next week and a half or so. But obviously really exciting for the business and exciting to get the merchandise in there, and you guys will be able to buy. It's a lot of the Beamer merch will be in there, so I'm really pumped for that. So if you guys, in case you missed that yesterday and on the podcast today, that's a thing that's happening. A blessing. I mean, truly a blessing. It's awesome. I really do love the merch side. I love the merch side, and I'm planning on putting out more merch pieces. So, planning on doing that. So I, really excited about it. So Justin says beer in the left hand and a joint in the right. Long live the legend, Steven Garcia. And he won't apologize for it neither. Absolutely. No, for sure. Toby, appreciate the love. Everybody's tuning in. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love for sure. So, and like I said, when that merchandise drops in Rivals, I'll let you guys know, like literally the second it does. I'm just waiting on everything to get printed, fulfilled, all that good stuff. So, yep, it's literally getting printed as we speak. So, Tim Dorn, are you asking what is the art behind me? If you're asking what the art is behind me, ApexArtandDesign.com. Jeremy Smith, great Gamecock, big Gamecock fan, and obviously a fantastic artist. That's where you can buy this piece. Right now, he has this one available and a Kevin Harris piece available that is amazing. So, ApexArtandDesign.com. That is the website if you are interested. Also, follow him on Instagram, apex.artanddesign. Go support the artist by purchasing the piece, following him on social media, everything. This is absolutely awesome. It's been a great addition to the studio. So, I know I keep saying that, but this thing is sick. So, and just to give you guys an idea, the pieces go all the way up 16 by 20. This is an 8 by 10, so it gets much bigger than this. So Mr. Boogie, anything new on the coaching front? Nothing groundbreaking, nothing earth-shattering. I've heard that most likely DC will not be Barry Odom. I know I've been saying that, so I don't think it'll be Barry Odom at this point. And it sounds like early next week. Early next week is, I think, when we'll be finding something out. So, but we'll see. I mean, dude, I'm kind of, I'm right there with you guys. I don't pretend like I'm holding. I don't pretend like to be an insider where I'm like holding back information. Dude, I'm going to find out when you guys do. And if I hear anything, you'll know. But from what I've heard, early next week is when it's going to sound like. But who knows at this point, man? Who knows at this point? So, Renee Benson Sellers, any ideas to throw out on hires? Well, I mean, I'm still hearing Garrett Riley's a possibility at OC. DC's where it gets a little tricky. Jay Bateman's obviously a name's been thrown around a lot. Other than that, I mean, again, guys, I'm kind of right there with you. I'm not 100% sure at this point. I mean, I've heard different names circulate, but who knows? Who knows? Just want to say, by the way, Lance Player, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate your love and support on the merchandise. The hand logo hat is fire. I'm actually planning on making, by the way, thank you for reminding me, Beamer Ball hats. We're going to make Beamer Ball hats because I think those would look really cool on hats. So planning on seeing that probably today. So Leonard Matthews, appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love and support from everybody. Seriously, man. Real J Love 14, appreciate the love on the DJ piece. If you're interested, apexartanddesign.com, apexartanddesign.com. Jeremy Smith is the artist. Fantastic job. I mean, this stuff, this is extremely high quality. If you're interested in buying it, it's extremely affordable too. It's wild. I mean, I think he could charge way more, to be honest. So, Tyler Noel, please, for the love of God, no Bud Foster. I don't think it'll be Foster, but again, you never know. So Taylor T-Man Novinger, again, apexartanddesign.com, apexartanddesign.com. So apexartanddesign.com. And I'm going to post this on social media, by the way, too. I'm going to post it on social media. So just so you guys know, this is not like your only chance. I will post this on social media to promote. Because again, I think this dude does a great job, and we got everything finalized, and I was like, dude, I know I can help you out, move units. I know a lot of Gamecock fans would love these pieces, and he's going to roll out more pieces as it goes. Because again, right now he has Swearinger, he has Kevin Harris. He's going to continue to draw more pieces. This dude draws this on his iPad, hand draws it. I wish I had. I mean, I have a lot of abilities, but I don't think I have that ability. I mean, that's incredible. So. Let's see. Sean O'Brien, Mason is DC. Oh, keeping within the SEC coaches family, I'd still be stoked on Derek Mason. I feel like you've never really you're never set up for success with Vandy football. No, I agree. I mean, Vandy is almost an impossible job. I know people talk about the South Carolina job and the challenges, and we all know about the challenges and obstacles, but Vandy is damn near impossible. So I think Derek Mason is a good defensive coach. I think you could do much worse if you wanted to go with him. I think you could do much worse than Derek Mason. I don't know that that's the direction they're going to go, but yeah, it's definitely interesting. Definitely an intriguing storyline, if nothing else. So let's see. Leonard Matthews, anything else on a bowl game? Nothing new, nothing groundbreaking. Like I said, I mean, I'm kind of waiting just like you guys. We should hear this weekend. From what I've heard, Sunday is when we should hear some news. Damian Burrows, Garrett Riley, and Bobo co-offensive coordinators. If Bobo does stay on staff, which I don't think he does at this point. If he does stay on staff, though, I think he'll be more of like an offensive analyst, kind of like what Beamer's doing at Oklahoma, just being an offensive coach, but he's not going to be the one calling plays. I don't think so. So, Mike Hole, do you think his dad played big role? Shane, are you talking about Shane Beamer's dad? I mean, I think his dad will be around the facility. Yeah, I think he's going to be like an analyst and a mentor for Shane. Absolutely. Yeah, I think you're going to see Frank Beamer around. There's no question. Yeah, so. Adam Vincent says, no orange in my house, but going to get that pick. Bro, you have to. You have to. This is the only way we can accept having orange in the house, and that is when DJ Swearinger is taunting said orange. So, again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377, guys. Very excited to talk to you guys here on a Wednesday. It is early signing day. Gamecocks obviously trying to put together a class right now. And like I said, guys, don't overreact. The rankings suck. You look at the rankings, they're brutal to look at, but it just kind of is what it is, man. You went through a coaching change. You ripped off the Band-Aid. You did what you had to do. I'm not upset about it. It is what it is. So it is what it is. Somebody tweeted, all we got is all we need. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. We might have to make that a thing. Might have to definitely make that a thing. So I'm just kind of looking right on Twitter right now, make sure we're not missing anything going on. Looks like we have a call here from North Carolina. All right, let's jump on the phone lines here. And they hung up. Okay. All right. Let's see. BK, what's up, man? 4X, 5X in merch. So, unfortunately, my vendor that I use online, I think the biggest they go up to is 3X. I could be wrong. I could have sworn they had 4X. As far as the stuff in Rivals, all that he asked for was up to double X. So, I mean, I'm obviously I'm not going to. So, okay. So the sizes go up to 3X. So right now, I mean, I will take a look. If you're interested, obviously, which sounds like you are, I will take a look to see if any of the variants that my store offer up to 4X or 5X. But right now, the ones that we're using only offer up to 3X. So my apologies there. That's my bad. I'm kind of at the mercy of my vendor, to be totally honest with you, man. Tyler Knoll, please tell me what we don't have here to not contend for the East every year. We all saw how successful we can be. No reason to not have those expectations now. Well, I think the biggest thing you're missing right now is just the players. You got to have it's not about X's and O's, it's about Jimmys and Joes. You know what I mean? As great a coach as I think Shane Beamer can be, and as great as I think his coordinators are going to be, you got to have the players, man. You simply got to have the ball players. You're going up against Georgia and Florida and Tennessee and Alabama and LSU and Auburn, all these teams. You got to have the players to compete. So, and that's what they're doing right now. They're getting the players. Again, they're going to build out this 2021 class as we go into February. They're going to hit the transfer portal market. They're going to hit these JUCO guys. But that's why you normally give a coach 2 or 3 years and you've got talent on the roster. Don't get me wrong. You got to at South Carolina, not just recruit the talent, but develop the talent. And that's what Shane Beamer talked about. You got to be able to develop talent. You got to be able to do both. And that's the thing that I think Shane Beamer can do for South Carolina. But it's as simple as getting the talent on campus and getting the most out of it. You have the facilities. You have the fan base. You have the resources. Now you just got to get the guys. Bottom line, you got to get the guys. You've got to build the culture. So, yeah. So I think that's really all South Carolina's missing right now, assuming that Shane Beamer is the right guy. And, I don't see any reason why he's not. So, we'll see it play out. So, I think we have 5 guys that have signed at this point. 5 guys. So, Stephen Ledbetter, when do we think the DC will be announced? I'm hearing early next week. So, but again, at this point, who knows, man? I'd think sooner rather than later. Justin, a DJ pick after the pick 6 versus Arkansas throwing the ball in the student section would be dope. I agree. Here's what I would say for you guys to do. Like I said, apexartanddesign.com, but go follow him on Instagram, apex.artanddesign. Shoot him a DM. Let him know, hey, this picture would be dope. This picture, I'm sure he'd appreciate the suggestions, honestly. So go shoot him a DM and tell you what you think would look cool. So, BK, 6'7", 300 pounds, need big and tall. See if I can squeeze into a 3X. These shirts are fire. Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, I'll do what I can as far as finding the new variants as well. So, let's see. Sean O'Brien, I find it hilarious that some on Texas and Auburn Twitter genuinely want Champ back. Bro, the next AD that considers Will Muschamp for a job should be fired on the spot. Seriously. And by the way, I saw somebody call in. We just missed a call. If I missed your call, please call back in. I don't know how I missed it, but the phone lines are open. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. That is the number. Michael Sawyer says, Marcellus Dial's an incredible DB. He played up the road from my house. Excited to see him on the field in Willie B next year. Yeah, very excited about him. I think he's a guy that can make an immediate impact for sure. Ron O'Neill, what do you think the most critical position coach hire will be given current roster? Boy, that was a mouthful. I think the most critical position to get figured out, though, is the wide receiver position. You got to have guys that throw the football too, man. You got to be able to score points. I can live with – I can live with South kind of having some struggles on defense and kind of rebuilding there, but you got to score points, man. You got to. Hey, yo, Colby, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? This is becoming a weekly thing at this point.
Yeah, no, I love it, man. I love it. How you doing?
I'm doing good. First off, just want to say that interview with Steven yesterday was the best, the most loved jailbird of all time. What a guy, huh?
Yeah, he's a legend, man. He's a great dude too. I think that's the thing that he's a little rough around the edges, and maybe he rubs some people the wrong way. But Steven's he's just genuine to himself, man. He's a great dude, and obviously a great Gamecock, and the memories speak for themselves. But yeah, it was a pleasure to chat with him, man, for sure. It's always a pleasure to chat with a legend like that. So.
Oh yeah, so that brings me to my next point. So we've got for the first time in history, we got a 5-star quarterback coming in next year, but with all the people freaking out about the recruiting class this year, I think they failed to remember the history where we built that 2010 run to the East off of 3 stars. Like, we had guys with chips on their shoulders. We've got a coach now with a chip on his shoulder. We get Garrett Riley. He's got a chip on his shoulder to outcompete his brother. Like, we're literally creating a dynasty of people with just nothing but chips. Yeah. And those chips could create one day a trophy. I mean, I'm not saying it will, but, all these people freaking out. We're losing stars. Now, we got people that want to come here and want to prove something. Yeah. And I think that in itself, creating that new momentum and environment, it's going to be something special.
Yeah, no, I think you make a great point, man, because I kind of fall in the same camp as you do. I'd rather have a 3-star kid who really wants to be at South Carolina and is willing to bust his ass and compete. A guy like Swearinger. I mean, he was a 3-star. People forget he was a 3-star prospect. I'd rather have a guy like that than a 5-star who's entitled and is selfish and only wants to use South Carolina to get to the league. That's just my personal thing. I'm not saying – I mean, the perfect mix is you need to find those 4- and 5-star guys who want to be at South Carolina and have the right character and stuff like that. But, yeah, man, it's like Perry Orth said when he talked to me. You can do so much more with less when you have guys that are bought in and they believe in the culture and they believe in the system and what the coaches are doing, and they play for one another and they play for the name on the front, not the back. You can do a lot more. So, I mean, I talked about in the show again today, this morning or whatever, that, again, don't overreact. It is what it is. We knew this was going to happen. You've actually got till February. Like, it's not like this is the end all be all today. So, It is what it is, man. Again, South Carolina made the right decision changing coaches. You rip the Band-Aid off. It's a short-term loss for a long-term gain. It is what it is. I'm not worried about it personally. I know Shane Beamer and company, once they get those coordinators and that staff in place, they're going to hit recruiting as hard as ever. And, the rest will take care of itself. So I have, I'm not worried. I'm really not worried, to be honest with you. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna say a quote. I don't know if you want to use this or not. I give you permission. I'd rather have a 60-man roster full of Luke Doty's and Shane Beamer mentalities than 50 of them with a Baker Mayfield,
Yeah.
The way it is.
Yeah. No, it makes sense for sure, man. I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm excited what Coach Beamer's building, and like I said, I think we're gonna get the guys we need. We'll get the guys we need. So that's really all it comes down to.
So, next question. You got to tour the new workings on Willie B. No one else has really got to see it other than the few that got to go into the stadium this year. Just for us that haven't seen it, how's that looking, man? I'm curious to know how that new facility or the new additions look.
No, I mean, they look great. I mean, it's an awesome experience. If you can go, I mean, I definitely suggest it. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that I'll be paying for those, to be honest. I mean, I don't need all the bells and whistles when I go to a game at Willie B personally, at least not at this point. But no, they're awesome, man. I mean, it's great to see it. It's great upgrades. It was something that was desperately needed at Willie B. And I mean, it's all about now, obviously 2020, about to be in 2021. It's all about the luxury seating and accommodating the fan. And I totally understand it. You know what I mean? So it's, South Carolina, I don't know if you knew this. South Carolina is second to last in the SEC in boxes. In luxury boxes. I mean, it's hard to believe. And last is Vandy, who has 0. So, I mean, South Carolina, believe it or not, is actually still behind in regards to luxury boxes. When I went on the tour, they actually gave me some insight. They want to put luxury boxes on the east side as well to replicate the west side. So, they're trying to make it. Here's the thing. I know the common fan will complain, and I totally understand it. I totally understand it. But the reality is those people that pay for those $14,000, $15,000 a year seats, those are your boosters. Those are the people you got to make happy. You know what I mean? Those are the people that are funneling money. Those are people that are paying the buyout. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to make the experience. But obviously, there's still plenty of normal seating for the common fan with their family and all that to come to Willie B. But no, seriously, the upgrades are awesome. I mean, they look great. I mean, it's second to none, I would say. So I thought it was really cool to see for sure.
Yeah, no, now that you say that, I mean, it makes sense. Like, you look at Alabama Stadium, and they have luxury seating literally wrapping the whole stadium. But, yeah, I mean, I've been in the boxes once or twice. They were nice, but, yeah, I believe what you're saying there. But, yeah, man, I'm going to let you go. I'm sure you got more calls, more stuff to talk to. But it's great talking to you. Sure, I'll call you in a couple of days from now. But go Cox, and still down for Don Staley to wear a headset, man.
For
2021.
For sure. Hey, man, it's always a pleasure. Appreciate you calling in.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care, man. Yeah, good stuff. 843-790-3377, guys. I just missed a call. Somebody else, if you want to call back in, 843 number. But, yeah, so let's see. I've seen some questions coming in. Let's see. People saying that call was from North Carolina about Bateman. Let's see. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Looks like they're calling back in here. Yo, what's going on, man? How are you?
What's going on, Chris?
Just hanging out, man. Appreciate you calling.
Yeah, man. So first thing I wanted to say, bro, is love the show. Wanted to show you some more love. I know I said it in the comments. And
I appreciate
it. I also wanted to say that if you get that shirt made, all we got is all we need, I'm definitely buying that. So.
I got you, man. Well, the beautiful thing about my store is it doesn't really cost me anything to throw it up there. So it's like I tell people, I'm like, hey, if one person wants it, it's worth it for me. So I think that'd be a cool shirt. I'll start working on the design. I think that would be cool, actually. So.
And then I also wanted to ask you, I haven't seen any do they have like a hashtag or anything to commit to the signees?
I was looking for that too. I really haven't seen one. I think probably since Muschamp got fired, maybe they might have scrapped, because I thought they did at some point, but I have not seen it. So I have not seen it.
We might have to help Coach Beamer out.
I mean, I think all aboard 21 is just too good to. I mean, I feel like that's perfect. But you know what? I don't know.
Oh man,
I feel like I don't know. I'm looking too. I can't believe that, really. Like, even none of the graphics or anything. But whatever. I think it's probably because Beamer took the job and they don't want to put a hashtag out there that he doesn't want out there. So who knows? So
yeah, I kind of figured it might have been like he's been super busy finishing up with Oklahoma and everything too. He might have just not had a chance to go around to it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
And then my last question was, I know you're like a big advocate thinking that Hilinski is going to transfer, which I mean, I think that he should too as well. I mean, he's just got too much talent to just sit the bench.
Right.
But I was going to ask, if he does do decide to transfer out, do you think that what's the new signee that we got that just
Colton Gauthier? Yeah, so it's I know a lot of people won't know how to pronounce his name because I didn't either, but we had him on the podcast in October and I asked him. It's actually Gauthier.
Okay.
So
my question to that was, do you think that with thinking that Hill is going to stay, do you think that he would end up being our second stringer?
See, I'm not even sure Hill will stay, because if I think if Bobo's out, which from what I heard, he's out, but I don't know. I mean, who knows at this point? But that's going to be such an interesting storyline. I mean, I don't think Hill stays. I could be totally wrong, but we'll see. But yeah, I think most likely it's going to be Doty and Gauthier battling it out personally. Ryan could end up staying. I just assumed he's going to transfer, because I don't think Ryan's a guy who wants to or should want to just ride the bench. You know what I mean? Like, and to me, it's just so telling that, I mean, he was literally the third stringer this year behind Doty and, Hill. I mean, it's just hard for me to believe that, he's going to come back and all of a sudden he's going to really realistically be battling for the starting job. I could be wrong. I know there's still a lot of people that want to see Ryan play, and Maybe he will, but if I had to put money on it right now, I would say he's not in a South Carolina jersey next year. That's just my take on it. But yeah, I think at this point it'll be Doty and Gauthier probably battling it out. But dude, here's the thing with that. Who would have thought a year ago to the date Colin Hill would have played 90% of the season? I mean, nobody even knew who the heck Colin Hill was. You know what I mean? So much can change so quickly in college football. Heck, we could get another grad transfer. I mean, you just never know. So, yeah. We'll see, though. I mean,
I know. Oh, sorry, man. I was just going to say, I know my thought process on the whole Colin Hill coming in the beginning, like most fans probably was, he's just going to kind of be like a second coach almost.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
But
I'll tell you this, man. I'll tell you this from things that I've heard, as far as from Bobo, and this is like coming from somebody that knows him behind closed doors. He wanted Doty since week 2, and Muschamp kind of stepped in and wasn't ready to play. Blah blah blah, but he knows Doty's the guy. So even if Hill comes back, he's not starting. I'm just going to tell you bottom line. So,
right.
So, and maybe it makes people think a little bit differently about Mike Bobo, that he knew Doty was the guy, 100%. So, take it for what it's worth.
Yeah. Well, last thing I'm going to say is just thank God Muschamp's gone and Beamer Ball 2020. Let's get it rolling.
Beamer Ball, man. Beamer Ball for sure. Yeah, man. I appreciate the call as always, man. Take care.
All right, man. You too.
Right. Thanks, man. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. 843-790-3377, guys. Somebody asked a question. Let's see. Mr. Boogie, thoughts on Muschamp's silence? All other head coaches fired this year given some type of statement, I believe. Dude, honestly, and I know a lot of people I see, because the more coaches that get fired and drop a statement, I think probably the worse it looks on Muschamp. I don't need a statement from Muschamp to sleep at night. It is what it is. He got his money. He's counting his millions. Best of luck in your next stop, and whatever is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna let it bother me. It doesn't bother me. I can sleep at night without a statement from Will Muschamp. So whatever is what it is. Is what it is. Ben Reeves, bar fight scenario. Only one quarterback can have your back. Who you taking, Steven Garcia or Blake Mitchell? Man, Blake obviously was known to throw him a little bit, but no, I got to go Steven, bro. I think Steven, yeah, I got to go Steven Garcia for sure. So, let's see. Colby Parker, any openings for an internship? Shoot me an email, thespursupshow@gmail.com. Not right now, but that might be something in 2021 I look into. So, let's see. Joseph said, I'm not going to lie, Doty versus Kentucky was kind of concerning. I'll be honest with you, I really don't put a whole lot of stock in anything that happened those last 3 games. I mean, your coach is gone. Bobo's calling the shot. Heck, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. So, H-Man998, Big Spur seems to think Helinski is staying according to things he posted on social media. I mean, maybe he is. I don't know. I think what may happen, you may see Helinski come back for the spring, and if things aren't going in his favor at that point, then he'll transfer. That wouldn't shock me at all. So maybe he wants to see if he can compete for the job under the new head coach. Maybe. So Sean O'Brien, I toss and turn in bed every night thinking about Muschamp's lack of statement. Yeah, for sure. Me too. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Josh said Lloyd or Harris first team. Boy, that's going to be a heck of a battle. That's going to be a heck of a battle. And I know some of you are saying, what are you talking about, Chris? Harris just ran for 1,000 yards. Dude, I'm telling you, if Marshawn Lloyd is the back that we all think he is and that we were told he was on the recruiting trail, he might be RB1 next year, guys. And that's speaking to how good Marshawn Lloyd supposedly is, and that's scary. I mean, that is – but it's going to be 1A, 1B no matter who it is. It's going to be 1A, 1B. No question. H-Man998, I wouldn't be shocked if Helinski beat out Doty on arm talent alone. I wouldn't say anything is guaranteed in our new coaching staff. I mean, you have a good point. You have a very good point. You never know. I just think that the biggest thing is I would imagine this staff is going to go to a more up-tempo, aggressive, spread them out, spread offense with a dual threat quarterback. And obviously Hilinski is not that. It doesn't matter what he does. He'll never be a dual threat quarterback. So that's what Luke Doty gives you. Jeffords Lucas early signing day press conference. Normally they have that. I have not seen that. So I don't know. Maybe, I know Shane Beamer is obviously still working with Oklahoma. So that might be the reasoning why we don't see that. So because I'm not seeing a video. So not seeing a video. And Shi Smith, no, is not coming back. He is declared for the draft. Yes, he's declared for the draft. Tyler Knoll, he was replying to Josh. If Marshawn's is advertised, he will be RB1 from what they said at a camp. It wasn't even close that Marshawn was that much better than Kevin. I mean, dude was the highest rated running back signee since Marcus Lattimore, if that tells you anything. All right, let's jump back to the phone lines here.
Phil Harris.
Yo, Phil, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to chat with you.
Pretty good, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Just hanging out, man. Just hanging out. It's another cold day, man. It's like in the low 50s.
Oh boy, it's probably about, I don't know, like 14 degrees here.
14.
Something like that. Yeah, 1-4, yes sir.
Love it.
Yeah. My old lady says, observing me being a Carolina fan, there's the highest of highs and the lowest of lows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm pretty close to the lowest of lows right now. I don't know. I can't get hyped up at the moment because we don't have a DC. We don't have an OC. The recruiting class looks not great right now. And I've heard what you've said, and I'm trying to, take that in and try to be more positive. I'm struggling right now. I think I need to see everything come together.
Right.
And we're not there yet.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely testing our patience. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody's really anxious to find out, who the OC and DC and the entire staff is going to be. So it's definitely testing the patience. But, I mean, I would look at it this way too, man. I mean, because I talked about this on the show this morning. All the guys you have committed are 3 stars. And I'm not saying that's a good thing or to make you feel any better, but it's like, it's not like it's a bunch of like preferred walk-ons and 2 stars and 1 star. If you really want to put that much stock in the stars, like you're just missing the top guys. And again, I don't know that that'll make you feel any better at all, but it's not like we have a class of 25 guys and we're ranked 100th. I mean, we have 9 dudes. I mean, you're going to be ranked 100th and you have 9 guys. So the numbers will look a lot better come February. Will they look great? I'm not saying that at all. I mean, I think if we finish 50th or better, it'd be a huge victory. But I mean, it's just kind of the nature of the beast, I think, man. Like, I don't know what you could have really expected. You know what I mean? Like, I can't knock a kid for decommitting when he doesn't even know who his head coach is going to be or his position coach or his coordinator. I mean, you just got to kind of live with it. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if Carolina's 3-star U. I put that into the chat earlier, and people were laughing. But if we got 25 3-star guys, if that's all that we were able to get, I understand you got 9 right now. We're just barely in the top 100. If we get 25 3-star guys, then we're going to jump up tremendously.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Without a doubt.
So, that's a little bit of perspective that we need to have. I understand that. I just wanted to bring up a quick story for you before I jump off the line here.
Yeah.
When I was a student in Carolina, obviously we always sat in the student section to watch the games. But one of my best buddies, his family had season tickets in the top tier there towards the nosebleeds. So one game, I can't remember what game it was. It was early on in the Spurrier era. He was like, "Hey man, you want to go up and see a different perspective of the field?" I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." So we went up there to watch the game. And what I was noticing, obviously in the student section, a lot of people are hyped up. They're just really positive. A lot of them are half drunk, so that helps out a lot while you're watching the game.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of positive energy. And when you're up in the nosebleeds, I saw a bunch of old timers around us, and they had their arms crossed the entire game. And and they were complaining about every single play. And I was just thinking to myself, as a student, a young man at that time, very positive about the program and where we were going and, just enjoying watching the game. Like, I never want to be that guy. But those old men had lived through a lot of bad Carolina years in football. And so every time they saw a snap, they were just thinking about, oh, we're going to do something stupid here. So at that time, I was like, I'm never going to be these guys where they're just always so negative.
Right.
But I feel like I'm kind of getting that way, and that's Muschamp's fault. So I'm glad that son of a bitch is gone.
Yeah, it's like beating into you, right? I mean, it's hard not to get that way at some point. But yeah, no, I hear you, man. It's I know we're all, again, it was a much needed breath of fresh air with the change, and obviously Beamer getting the job, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Again, like I said, I know today is kind of it's weird because normally we're all so fired up for signing day, and but I mean, dude, you think it's been a long time since South Carolina did not have a pretty damn good class. I mean, I think the worst class they'd had over like the last 10 years was like 30th. I mean, we've had some good classes. So,
Yep, exactly.
But it is what it is, man. I'm excited. So,
yeah, I want to be more excited. I know I had that when Beamer was hired. So I just got to get back to that point.
Yeah.
And
well, I would say have patience. It'll come together. I think once we find out who the coordinators are, that'll really, get the juices flowing again for sure. But just got to somehow be patient. So
got to trust the process. I mean, as Carolina fans, we have to be optimists. Otherwise, we're just going to drive ourselves crazy. Right?
You have to be an eternal optimist. That is definitely a characteristic of a Gamecock fan.
All right, Chris. Have a good one. Go
man. You too. Appreciate you, Phil. Later. Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff. You called in. I missed it. Give me a call back in. We've got about 3.5 minutes here. 843-790-3377. Touchdowns to home runs. What's going on, man? We need wideouts for Helinski. His style of play is most comparable to Mac Jones, proficient pocket passer, but the Gamecocks don't have Devontae Waddle. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, and really, again, in today's college football, man, you need a dual threat quarterback. But yeah, if you're going to have a guy who's not a dual threat guy and he's a pocket passer, you better have a ton of weapons around him. All right, last call here.
Justin.
Hey, yo, Justin, what's up, man?
Not much. How you doing, Chris?
I'm good. Appreciate you calling in.
Thanks, man. Hey, Chris. I try to stay positive, man. I know the recruit class wasn't great, was it?
No, I mean, it's, just from sheer lack of numbers. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say is like, the recruiting class, the numbers stink, but we only have 9 guys committed. So, I mean, we got 16 more to add to the class. So, to give you some perspective. And we've got till February. Again, like I said, this is literally the first day kids can sign. They have all the way till February. So Shane Beamer and company have all the way till February to get more guys. And then you talk about the transfer portal, and then you talk about JUCOs, and I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. So,
Yeah, I agree, Chris. We just it's going to take Shane Beamer some time, to get the players he wants,
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's going to be a process for sure, but the good news is I think he's going to get his guys in this class, and I think there is talent on the roster. I think, again, there's enough talent to go out there, go 500 or better. If you can do that, you start to work on that 2022 class, and I think you can have a really successful class led by Gunnar Stockton. Like, I think it's very possible. So,
yeah, I agree, Chris. You just got to look at the bus star,
Yeah. Again, we're Gamecocks. We have to be eternal optimists. We just have to be. So, yeah. But again, it's one of those things. You make the coaching. You couldn't keep Muschamp around because you were scared about what was going to happen to recruiting. Short-term loss for a long-term game, man. You got to rip the Band-Aid off and proceed. Now, that's what South Carolina did, and they made the right decision. Trust me. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. So.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. The good news is at least he's going.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. So. Exactly. Got to look at the bright side, like I said. And like I said, once we find out who these coordinators are, man, I think that'll get the juices flowing again for Gamecock fans. And, we'll obviously all be excited about the prospects of who the new coordinators are and stuff like that. But, no, I would say, again, just don't overreact to the rankings. We'll be okay. We'll find guys that want to be Gamecocks. And, I fully am confident in Shane Beamer. And I think he's going to hire a premier coaching staff. That's a good thing. So, I think he's going to be able to go out once he gets that staff in place and find some guys that are good athletes, good players that want to be Gamecocks that are going to help us. So,
yeah, I agree, Chris. Yeah, But yeah, that's all I have to say, man.
So, all right, man. I do appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the love as always.
All right, take care, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right, so that's going to do it, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in. We got about 15 seconds here, so I'll leave you on this. Again, like I said, don't overreact to the rankings. It's going to be okay, Gamecock fans. Just take a breath. We'll be okay. This thing will come together once the staff comes together, all that good stuff. That'll get the juices flowing for us once again. Also, my buddy right here, apexartanddesign.com, apexartanddesign.com. If you're interested, Jeremy Smith, the artist, does a fantastic job. He's got this Swearinger picture right here available. He's got a Kevin Harris picture available. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff, guys. So go check him out. Go buy one if you have not done so. This is an 8x10. It's available all the way up into 16x20. Really, really awesome stuff. Check him out. Other than that, guys, go tune into the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 340. Obviously, breaking down the early signing day. Everything to do with early signing day. And then tomorrow's show, we'll kind of recap everything that happened today. And also, we'll have a great interview for you guys as well. But again, appreciate you all tuning in. We'll do it again noon to 1 tomorrow and Friday. We'll talk then. Y'all have a great day. Appreciate it.